We are now at Lame Johnny Creek. We came across this location yesterday while we were out scouting around, and we thought this was worthy of coming back and doing for a sunset.
So there's a beautiful old bridge with wood logs along the side of it that's going to be predominantly our subject, or at least that's what we think right now. And hopefully with the river running along and through the bridge. Right now it's a little too bright to do that shot, so we're just waiting until the sun goes down behind the hills a little bit.
Yeah, and making sure we know exactly where we want to be standing, so we're trying upstream, downstream, left bank, right bank, just to find the right location.
Yeah, and we've been pretty much up and down both sets of banks and had a look at the river in various locations. So I think we have a pretty good idea of where we want to be. It's just a case of waiting for the light to be right to be in that location.
Yeah, we're down in a canyon area where the low runoff happens, and so there's steep hills on either side, so we're going to get sun behind the hills quite a bit earlier than sunset at this location.
Right, and what that'll do for us, it'll darken up the background quite a bit, because the shot from the location we're thinking about, and we will show you that in a minute or two here, is really looking down into an area that's had a forest fire. So we really don't want that to be too emphasized in the background. It's, to be blunt, it's kind of sad and ugly. So we really want that to darken up a fair bit and really just have a little bit of light on the grasslands and stream going under the bridge.
What are we finding here?
Not much.
A passel of photographers.
At least we're not spooked like we were the other day.
Exactly. Well, they were running away the other day. So I'm taking a little walk out the cow path, or in this case I think it's probably a bison path, to the location that we saw earlier. Give you an idea of what we're going to be shooting tonight. I said we're just waiting for that sun to go down. It's a short little walk here out this path. And this is about where we're going to come. And there's the shot looking out behind me here. It's really pretty nice. It's got the nice long grass in it. And probably we'll go down the bank a little bit. Although they have to be a little bit careful, because doing that a little earlier made that I actually almost fell in, because the sides are overhanging the river a little bit. And our cohorts this week, Craig and Shelley Niesen, are over there on the bridge. We've been palling around with them all this week. It's been really terrific. If you haven't checked out Craig Niesen's YouTube channel, I really recommend it, and we'll put it in the doobly-doo down below. So up until a couple minutes ago, we've had absolutely clear blue skies, and then all of a sudden the clouds have moved in, and the sun is kind of going in and out of the clouds, which is actually giving us some just absolutely gorgeous late afternoon golden light for the bridge. And of course I'm taking advantage of that and getting a few photographs. Now the first image that I'm working on, and I may work on several other ones as we go here this evening, but the first one I'm working on is a very simple one of the bridge. I'm just waiting for the sun to just light it up a little bit, and then each time it does, I'm taking a shot of that. I'm focused on the bridge. I have the beautiful little rock right down there on the image. Sorry, I made it go out of focus. And then back in the background, I've got the ugly trees, and sometimes I'm trying a few shots with a much lower f-stop, something in the neighborhood of about 4 or 5, and trying to sort of get rid of the stuff that's going on in the background. Now, the other way to get rid of the stuff going on in the background is just to wait for the cloud to shadow that area and leave the front of the bridge nicely lit. The other thing I'm doing for this shot is I am using a polarizer to take a little of the glare off the water. The water's not really dominant and it's pretty dark, so it's not a huge issue one way or the other. In fact, actually, a few of the shots I'm trying with the polarizer off and a few shots with the polarizer on. There's definitely glare on the water. And as I move the polarizer here, you can see that the water's going darker and then brighter on the back of the camera here. And when I haven't decided how much I like it one way or the other, so I'm kind of doing both right now. As it turns out, I decided to use a little tiny bit of polarizer and really focus the shot on the bridge, essentially eliminating and darkening all of the background behind the bridge. So the bridge shot really came down to being a very simple little bit of a river highlighted by the stone and into the bridge itself, and really tried to remove almost everything else from the shot.
Well, the sun has finally dropped down behind the large hill that's over to the west, and our scene here is a lot more in shadow now. So the lighting is even, makes it a little bit easier for doing our pictures. Shawn's gone to the upstream portion, and I'm working here at the downstream portion. It's always good to pick up some different locations so that we can try multiple compositions on the same trip. So I'm including some trees framing the bridge on either side, and I'm also getting some of the stream down below with one of the rocks. I'll show you a little bit. Here's a look at my composition on the back of the camera. You can see the stream running under the bridge on the lower part of the picture, nice vibrant green grass. The bridge is still a little bit lit on the right hand side, almost fully in shadow. And then we have trees on either side framing it. My settings are pretty straightforward. We've got ISO 100, f-stop of 16, and I'm using a 2-stop filter on the top where the trees are really well lit in the background to try and reduce the exposure of the sky or the brightness of the sky relative to my lower portion of the picture.
As you can see by the shot, Corinne and I selected very similar compositions. In her case, the bridge is much more evenly lit, so that the river and rock are a little less dramatic and the bridge is a little less dramatic, making the overall exposure quite even. So this is Shelley Niesen.
Hey everybody.
Doing her thing.
Yeah. Trying.
She's also known as Cousin Shelley.
Yep.
Shelley's a Severan.
Yep.
So therefore, by definition, we are related. And she is working on this shot down here, which could be beautiful.
We'll see. I don't know.
So, Shelley, tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do right now.
Well, the ferns kind of drew my eye here. I mean, I love ferns. I just think they're beautiful. And I sort of liked the leading line of the creek going up to the mountain. So that's what I'm kind of shooting for. And I'm almost thinking I need to put on a polarizer. That stream is kind of reflecting quite a bit of water.
Yes, it is. It is very bright and it is quite reflective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I've got a ND filter, 6-stop ND filter on already, so.
Oh, just trying to slow things down a little?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Deal with that bright sunshine?
Yeah, just a little bit. It is pretty bright. I'm kind of hoping that the sun will drop low enough we might have some rays of light coming through.
Oh, no, that would be beautiful.
That would be
might
beautiful.
do that through the tops of the trees there. Now, that would be gorgeous.
Yeah, we saw a little of that the last time we came through here, so maybe we'll get that today.
So we know what we're waiting for.
Exactly. So I'm going to do a few test shots and see what I can come up with in the meantime. So,
excellent.
Yeah, so.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
And there again is the shot she's working on. So with the ferns down there, using the river as the leading line off into that beautiful little mountainside there that has actually gone quite dark, which is excellent for taking this shot. And here's Shelley's shot. It was a really interesting trip from an artistic point of view to see how other people actually see the scene and how different they would actually address the shot than Corinne and I. We learned a lot from Craig and Shelley and had a wonderful time with them.
Were you wrong?
So Craig is thinking, we can see the steam coming out of the ears.
It could take a while.
So Greg, what are you doing?
Well, what I got here is I've got my 70-300 kit lens on, because I'm a kit lens shooter.
Yeah.
Equipment doesn't matter, just remember that. It's the photographer. So what I've got framed up is I'm at about 70 mil, going towards the bridge here. And I'm thinking it is going to be probably like a 1.79 to 2 crop, a really wide crop, just to get rid of some of the elements that I don't like. I'm really focusing in on the bridge, and what I really like about the composition is there's almost a perfect light triangle between light rays coming through underneath the bridge and darkness. That's what caught my eye to it. So that's what I'm thinking. We'll see if I'm right or not.
So is the light right yet, or are you waiting for the light?
You know, the light is probably not quite there yet because it's still a little too hazy downstream. But I've already shot off a bracketed pano just in case we totally lose light down here. Because with the rock formations on either side of this valley, you don't know how much light we're going to get and what the quality is going to be. So I've got one shot as a backup.
As I said before, Corinne and I had an absolutely wonderful time shooting with Craig and Shelley. And in fact, we're looking forward to another trip in the spring. If you have a few moments, please go to Craig's channel, Craig Niesen Photography, and check out his YouTube videos. They are wonderful, and he's very educational. I think you only just got a very short sample of Craig's thought process here, and it's wonderful to hear him talk about how he develops and sees his photographs.
Our bridge is a busy place. We got a few of these buffalo safari jeeps coming through with tourists on their wildlife tour. Seems like they come in packs.
We may not come back this way. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on if we go around.
I'm thinking photo.
Oh.
You're going through.
It's just a little too bright to do a good photo, but if you were coming the other way,
Sorry guys, we'll be gone in a second.
it's okay. You just became the subject. Smile up here.
Say Texas.
They say Texas.
Got it. Thanks. You're right. This is the perfect time of day. Yeah,
It is.
All right.
And it was a great time to take some photographs of these lovely ladies and their beautiful horses. This mother and daughter team posed for quite some time and let us take some photographs of them. And unfortunately, I didn't get their contact information, and I would love to send them this memory. If you happen to recognize them or know somebody that would, please pass on this video, and if they contact me, I will be delighted to send them these photographs. Well, we sure hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And finally, we love hearing from you, so don't hesitate to add a comment, a thought, or an idea. Take care, and bye for now. But don't go yet. we've left some lovely photographs on the end of this video for you to watch. And finally, don't forget to check out Craig and Shelley's channel, Craig Niesen Photography. We'd sure appreciate if you just dive over there and have a look. He's a great photographer, and we've had great fun visiting with them on this expedition.